At Conferma, we've been really excited this week to announce at GBTA our launch of the Virtual Card Performance Index. It's a really exciting product to bring to market. People spend a huge amount of time and effort modernizing their commercial payment capability, and the virtual card capability that Conferma has brings that to bear. Particularly in hotel bookings, we spent a huge amount of time building out a really strong ecosystem of issuers, TMCs and hotels to make sure that that process works really well for the travel manager and ultimately the end traveller, to make sure that's a smooth experience. Over the years, there's been a real strong increase in acceptance of virtual cards at hotels. But acceptance doesn't mean that the fact the hotel accepts a card does not mean that at the point of sale it will be processed by the hotel. And when that happens, what you ultimately end up with is friction that TMCs and travel managers have to chase down and resolve. And also it bypasses that modernisation that's been happening in the commercial payments. So the virtual card performance indicator helps to highlight which suppliers, which hotels are going to have the best level of performance, not just acceptance, and therefore maximise the value that you're getting from your commercial card payments. And ultimately, which is the end game in all of this, make sure that the traveller has the most smooth experience when they're travelling. The industry really needs to move past just looking at acceptance as a performance measure for virtual card payments within hotels, predominantly because acceptance is binary. They either accept them or they don't. What isn't binary, however, is whether the virtual card will be processed when you arrive and your end traveller has a really smooth experience at check-in, and you don't have all that manual work that needs to happen at the back end around reconciliation, compliance checks, expense claims, and the benefits that the virtual card and all the benefits that the virtual cards bring. So what we've done is brought about a proprietary measurement of the performance of hotels. We've been able to do that because we have unique insight by sitting at the center of the ecosystem, how often hotels, when they have the virtual card, when they have the acceptance, when it has been delivered correctly, actually process it and give that smooth experience. So the move through to looking at performance helps you differentiate between suppliers. At Conferma, our hope is that the virtual card performance index will bring about benefit across the different parties within the chain. So if we think about the different parties, we've got the travel manager themselves. As I said, the travel managers have spent a huge amount of time and effort investing and implementing modernisation of their commercial payments to remove manual processes at the back end. What this will do will enable them to choose the suppliers that are going to maximise that benefit. So that's one component. When we move to the TMCs, when the card is not processed, the TMCs end up having to do a lot of damage limitation and mop up, helping the travel manager resolve what happened, working with the suppliers to say, why didn't you accept it, and pushing hard on that. So it helps to remove those. It also helps them to look across their suppliers and work with them to lift their standards of acceptance, of performance within acceptance. And then the final piece in the hotels, there isn't a measure out there at the moment that enables them to look at which of their properties are performing the best and which ones need to improve to give their customers the best experience that they can do. So our aim is that by bringing transparency across this, all parties in the ecosystem are able to lift the experience for the end user. Just have a look in the Lucky Dip bag there. So the question I've got is, how has business travel helped you see your work, your clients, or your colleagues differently? That's a really good question. It's interesting from my side. I've only just come into the travel industry. I'm 6 months into my new role. Prior to that, I was in international payments, and I think. But I did do a huge amount of travel and was traveling around the world. I think from my side, business travel has helped me over the years really just get face to face with customers and colleagues and build those relationships. When we've moved into a world of remote first and being behind a lens, you don't really get that human connection. And we all know that once you've met someone face to face, when the going gets tough or you need something doing, they are much more likely to step up to the plate and help you out than they're not. And the other thing it helped me do was actually see family as well. I used to live in Australia on the other side of the world, and the business travel also helped me connect with my family at the back end of a work trip. So that's how it's helped me see things differently.